Yo, yo. If you are a computer science student, you should probably watch this video. This video is going to be about hackathons, probably the biggest cheat code you can do to get your career started. So let's take a look at this picture here. Have no experience, you need to work to get experience, try to get a job, but you can't because you don't have any experience. So this is crucial for students who haven't gotten their first internship, right? You might be wondering, well, how can I get experience if I can't get an internship because my resume sucks? You don't have any work experience, your projects are helping your dad set up his laptop, maybe you built a calculator in Python, that's not going to get you a job. So now, where can we bridge the gap? Where can we actually get experience without being able to get an internship? That's the cheat code right here. Hackathons. Now you might be wondering, what is a hackathon? It's very simple. It's a 24-hour coding challenge where you work in a team, you build a project, and then you present that project in front of judges, and the team with the best project wins something. It's pretty cool, and let's kind of get into why these are important for early developers. Now, I kind of hinted at it, but reason number one why you should be going to hackathons is experience. Now, you might be wondering, well, it's not really experience because it's not a job. Well, kind of. So when you take your classes, you're going to be building dinky little projects in your classes, which is great for learning, but you can't really put that on your resume. At a hackathon, you're able to actually build something that means something to someone and talk about it, right? And the more buzzwords you can throw on there, the better you can put it on your resume. Now, of course, we don't want to just live for the buzzwords, but on a resume, it's kind of important. So one big thing about hackathons is that you're working in a team. This team experience is crucial. Being able to work with other developers, manage tasks, read other people's code, just be able to collaborate. That will set you apart from other developers. Everyone applying for these internships that don't have experience working in teams, they're just going to struggle being onboarded, right? They're not a good teammate. They're not good at doing group work. But now if you have all these hackathons under your belt, all these wins, it's going to show something. It's going to make you stand out. Now, let's talk about some of the projects you're going to make. Hackathons usually have different tracks that you can build for your project. Typically, it's environment, finance, education, miscellaneous, humor, whatever. But these kind of give you a guideline of what you should aim for. It just gives you something that you can kind of brainstorm on. So you can work with a group of people, some of your friends, kind of talk over some ideas. And what you're doing here is a crucial part of developing software. You're researching. You're finding where a problem exists and how to build a solution for it. This type of experience is massive because in class, you're just going to be given an assignment. Build this calculator. Build this data structure that you're going to look at once, turn in, get an A, and forget about it. So actually building some cool software and then potentially winning a prize, it's massive. Now, reason number two why you should be going to hackathons is networking. Now, let's be honest. We probably don't like talking to other people. Well, if you want to be a good developer, you have to learn how to communicate, learn how to collaborate, learn how to talk to other developers. And so this is kind of the situation where you can force yourself to get that experience. If you don't have a team, you don't have friends, the hackathons will have an opportunity to build a team, to make friends. People go in there alone all the time, and they'll have maybe like an hour long. You find someone with a similar track, you work in a team with them, and then boom, you just made a friend. What's nice about this is you get to gauge other people's experience. You get to learn from other people. You get to brainstorm with other people. You get to learn how to work with different types of developers, right? Everyone has a different working style or even a different learning style. You can learn how to interact with those. You could lie to your interviewer and say you led this Scrum team of 4 to victory. Whatever. It gives you something to talk about. And I would say a lot of times, 90% of the time in the interview, you're just finding things to talk about. That's the whole, and the whole interview is looking over your resume and telling them stories about it, and then impressing them and talking about the things you've made. Another part of this, it's not really networking, but being able to talk to judges, right? Being able to present your project, I think that's crucial. It builds your confidence. It allows you to get better at answering questions. It's almost like a mock interview. You have 4 judges sitting there asking you questions about your project. It's practice thinking on the spot, answering questions, and again, throwing some buzzwords at them. Because some of the times, these judges aren't even engineers. They're HR people from big companies. They just sit there and you throw big buzzwords at them. Oh, AI, cloud. They start getting excited. They start getting inspired. And that's how you win prizes. We'll talk about that in the next video. And one final point is a lot of times at these hackathons, they have job fairs. They have employers send their HR hiring people to set up a stand. You walk over to them, you take some of their, their business cards, whatever, you hand them your resume. And most of the time, those resumes go right to the trash. But even if there's a 0.01% chance of getting a job out of it, at least you're trying. What's nice about that is also if you go to the company website, you apply through their Workday, and it asks you, how did you hear about this job? You can say something different than, oh, LinkedIn. You can say that it was a recruiting event, right? And then when they ask you about it, you can tell them a story. Tell them how you went to this hackathon and how you were so inspired by the person's speech and how now it's your dream to work at this company. Bang, easy. The last reason you should be going to hackathons is because they're fun. It gives you something to do on the weekend. You get out of the house, you get to hang out with people, build something, potentially win some prizes. You win the top prize, you go home with a new Xbox. That's pretty fun. It's free food. A lot of times they have like games and scavenger hunts and stuff. I am a 2-time scavenger hunt winner, by the way. That got me a mechanical keyboard, pretty sick. But they're just fun to be around people. They're just fun to participate in. And it's fun to post on LinkedIn after saying, hey, check me out. I just won a hackathon. Where the hose at, So overall, for the people in the back, don't have a good attention span, let's just recap what I went over. Number 1, experience, right? You get to build a real project, you get to work with real people, and you get to put it on your resume, win or lose, which is fun. Number 2, you get to network, you get to meet other developers, you get to actually interact with people. You might even get a job out of it if you talk to recruiters. And lastly, number 3, it's fun. It's fun to win. It's fun to post on LinkedIn after and talk about what you made. It's fun to get free food. And it's fun to win prizes. And that's the video. I wish you the best of luck. If you want to know how to win hackathons, that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay large.